4-phase important coffee roasting development. For those of us who aren't roasters, we've always been curious about what exactly happens in a large drum-shaped machine that is effectively heating coffee cherry seeds. Simply specifying a time and temperature, and then letting the machine operate, is all that is required. Coffee roasting process. Coffee roasting is the process of heating the coffee cherry seeds to augment aroma and flavor and ultimately increase solubility. Why do we keep talking about solubility? Because it is the essential element of coffee brewing. The rate of solubility of compounds in a specific roast is the key to achieving the right extraction through temperature, time and grind size. It is the unifying theory of coffee geeks. 4 phases important coffee roasting development. Preheating. It is important, to begin with, a hot drum before feeding in the green coffee beans in order to initiate the chemical and physical processes that result in the formation of the necessary fragrances. The size of the machine, the quantity of coffee added, as well as the coffee's density and wetness, all affect the charging temperature.
Drying phase. To allow the taste to emerge during the course of the roasting process, the first stage of the roast involves expelling most of this water from the bean. The phase starts when coffee is charged into the roaster and ends when the coffee has turned from green to yellow at a temperature of around 300 degrees Fahrenheit.
To put it another way, the length and momentum of the drying phase affect the length and momentum of the phases that follow it, which in turn affect the length and momentum of the phases that directly modulate flavor. A precisely tuned drying phase is a necessary prerequisite for successful caramelization and development, making it an indispensably crucial phase of a given roast. Caramelization phase. According to conventional wisdom, the caramelization phase lasts from the time the coffee turns totally yellow, about 300 F, until it first cracks, when the water pressure produced by boiling the coffee forces it to break open, which most frequently happens between 385 and 395 F. The Maillard processes, a class of non-enzymatic browning reactions used in several forms of food processing, are the most significant group of these caramelization reactions.
Cooling process. Phase coffee roasting development is the final phase. The denouement is the final, dramatic act. Then all of the protagonists are released following the drum roll. The final process, cooling, takes place in the cooling tank, which is located outside the roasting drum.